So over the last 90 days, I managed to generate over $450,000 online through dropshipping using this 5-step formula that I'm about to show you and break down step by step. So by the end of this video, you'll have the same exact strategy that I've used myself to generate over $450,000 in sales over the last 90 days. So basically, you can see in this fulfillment software company that we use called Service Points, what it does is basically it pulls in all of our orders from all the different stores that we have and basically merge it into one dashboard. So the reason why I'm not showing each individual Shopify store screenshot is because it wouldn't make any practical sense if we have so many different stores selling so many different currencies. So I decided to just use this software to show you guys that over the last 90 days, we have done some pretty good numbers for myself. And by the end of this video, my goal is for you to actually know the same framework that I've used myself. And also, I'm going to be showing you one of my top performing store, one of my live case study that I actually am still running right now today. And I'm going to show you like the month by month results of using this exact strategy. So let's get right into it. So first off, you can see, in our ads manager of one of our store that we are running, we launched this campaign on the 19th of July, starting at just $50 per day. I know it says here $100 per day, but it's our current running budget. So on day one, it was already profitable. It wasn't really much, to be honest. It was about 2.2 return in advertising spend, which was probably like a 20% net margin. Then on day 2, it really didn't do much. And then if we fast forward and look at the weekly results, on the second week, we was already profitable, about 2.5 returns, but it wasn't really anything crazy. And then if we look at end of the month, it really wasn't that good. But then when we fast forward to looking at the whole of August, you can see, through this strategy, we spent about 11.3k on the ad account, made back about 28k, which is about 25% net margin for this particular store that we have. And then in September, which was a really good month as well, we spent about 27k on the ad account, made back about 2.5 return, which was about a 25% margin, which meant I probably made about 14 to 15k that month just through this one store alone. And then in October as well, spent about 18k, was a bit slower, made back about 41k. So we was about like a 20% net margin, so it was about another 8 to 9k. November, spent about 27k, and the thing about this store is, I can keep showing the results. Right now, we have a team and we have a very nice workflow that we have every single day where my VS is launching the ads, launching the products. And I'm just going to show you exactly how this 5-step strategy works right now. So now you've seen the results that I was able to get with this strategy. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pick your market and your niche. So this is extremely important because the reason why I was able to be successful with that particular store was because I picked a market that was fairly unsaturated. There wasn't a lot of people that are selling, and I was in the right niche, which is fashion. So the market that I recommend for people who start, for beginners, is to sell in fashion because fashion is pretty much the largest market. And with this particular strategy specifically, you need a lot of products to test. And with fashion, there's like so many different variants of like different jackets, different shirts, and so many different kind of images that you can use to test. There's so many different creatives. So it works perfectly in tandem with the strategy that we use on Meta ads. The target markets, in terms of your country to select, I recommend selling within like the EU regions. To be honest, we've done really well outside of EU as well. English speaking countries work very well for us as well, such as Ireland, Australia. Australia is kind of like breaking even for me in general. But what I suggest is picking a country that is not like really saturated, like Italy, Ireland, Romania is also a pretty untapped market. And basically what you want to do is you want to localize every single store. So if you're selling Italy, right, your store is gonna be in Italian. The currency you're going to be selling is in euros. If you're selling in Romania, language is going to be Romanian. Currency is going to be in the Romanian dollars, whatever it is, right? So you got to choose the right market and niche. Step 2, find 10 winning products and add it into your store. This is important for the way that we actually launch our campaigns, and you're going to see in a minute like how it actually works. So with like 10 winning products, right, you basically have it on your store and you are able to find it in your, add it into your campaign on the day 1, and that is really important because for our strategy to work, you need to have a lot of products in the store in the campaign that they are running on Facebook. So how do you actually find these products? These are products that are proven sellers, products that people have already sold. The way that we actually do our product research, I actually made a complete video about this. You can check it on my YouTube channel. But the way that we do it is like we keep it really simple. We just focus on whatever is trending and whatever has already been proven to have sales. Because the thing is, we're not trying to find like big winning products. What we're trying to do is actually we're trying to stack small winning products. So we're trying to find products that maybe, make like $100 per day, $200 per day, but we're trying to stack like 10, 20, 30 of those. And that's how we actually do 150k a month consistently. So the third step, very, very simple, You can see just now, in our ads manager, started at $50 per day. So on the day 1 of the budget, you're only going to be starting on $50 per day on one store. So this way, you're going to be starting with a very low budget, so you won't lose a lot of money as well. And I know a lot of people who are starting out with dropshipping, they don't have a lot of cash to spare. So with this strategy, you're not really gonna be blasting through like a big budget, because you're only capping with one single store starting at $50 per day, and that's the most you're gonna lose. And what you're gonna find with starting at $50 per day most of the time is the return on advertising spend, if you're doing everything right, is gonna be like 1 to 1.4, 1.5, which means you're almost like breaking even or maybe slightly unprofitable. And for some stores, like just what I showed you earlier, you can even be super profitable from the start. Week 2 we started to scale from the second month to scale really quickly. That is all possible if you pick the right market and if you just test enough. So initial ads is you're gonna launch like 30 ads into that one campaign. Every single product we recommend testing with 3 different ads. You can try like carousel, image ads, click ads, basically just different ad variation, and then just letting Facebook decide which advertisement is gonna perform the best based off whichever Meta allocates the budget to. Because the thing about Meta is they have so much data, they're gonna have a very strong sense of which advertisement is gonna be a winning advertisement just based off the amount of data, the trillions of billions or hundreds of billions of dollars worth of data that they have. So they're really smart in finding winners for you. So you're just letting Meta like, here are 30 ads on the first day, decide which of these 30 ads likely to perform the best, and they're just gonna allocate budget based off whichever advertisement they think is gonna work the best. So you wanna keep doing this every single day. You wanna start with low budget, but every single day you wanna add like new ads, which is like 5 to 10 products. Personally for me, I add 10 products per day on each store, same products across all the stores. Every single day you'll be adding like anywhere from 15 to 30 new ads, 3 ads per product, and then you're just like monitoring the performance. If it works well, you try to scale, which we will talk about in the next slide. And basically the goal is you want to get a point where you have around 150 to 180 total ads, and that's where I found to basically have the most success personally for me. So when do you actually kill the ads? Alright, so you want to kill the ads really fast. Typically how I do it is, if the cost per click, so for example, if your average cost per click on that product on your campaign is like say like $1, and then a particular ad is getting like 150 CPC on like maybe you spend like $4.50 and you gotten 3 clicks with a cost per click of $1.50, and if there's no ad to cut after $10 spend, I'll also cut it in most cases. For some countries, if there's like really cheap cost per click such as Italy, I'll probably even cut it after like $6 spend and there's no ad to cut. And the final rule is if there's no purchase after $20 spend, yeah, that for sure, we just cut it. There's no if or what's about it, just cut it. It's just a very simple workflow that you follow. And also the other thing is, the way that this strategy works is you really want to be removing unprofitable ads daily. And this way, right, you're really protecting your budget. Because the thing is, if you're letting Meta spend on ads that are not converting, it's just gonna keep doing that every single day. It's gonna drain your your cash flow. So you want to make sure that you actually do that. And then step 4, which is the part that everyone loves, which is just scaling. So once say for example you keep adding ads every single day, you're killing ads that are underperforming, you're removing ads that are not getting spent, then you just start to scale, right? If over the last 3 days your profit margin is 25 to 30% net margin, which is most of the time around like a 2.5 to 3 return on advertising spend, then double the budget every 48 hours. Every 48 hours, look at your how well, whether if it's still getting like 25 to 30% net profit. If you're still doing that, just double the budget, right? So it's really that simple. And just through this exact model, I managed to scale that campaign to like 1.3k per day in advertising spend, and just letting it run super profitably, super consistently using this framework that I'm just sharing with you guys. And then the final step, which is also, how it works, is basically you just create workflows, create systems for the product listing, for the launching of ads, because doing all of this is very tiring. So if you want to scale, you need a team to like help you to launch your products every single day, to help you to launch the ads every single day. So this way, you just have like a system working for you. You're not really doing much. You're just like monitoring everything, making sure that everyone is doing their part. Hire virtual assistants, create training videos for them, and then just basically duplicate the workflow over and over again. And then you can do this for like 10 stores. And I recommend building systems and workflows like once you have like 1 or 2 profitable stores and you're like making anywhere from like 3 to 4k a month in like monthly net profit, then that's when you can really start building systems and start scaling. But like what I show you right now is just like how I've done it myself, and this is how I was able to generate over $450,000 in USD in the past 90 days. And to basically recap everything for you guys: number 1, picking the right market and picking the right niche. Number 2, finding 10 products, adding it to your store. Number 3, starting at $50 per day, starting small. Number 4, just continuously adding products into your campaign every single day, kill the products that are not getting any spend, remove the products that are unprofitable, and then number 5, create workflows and systems to replicate this whole process. And this is it. It's a very, very simple process. I mean, of course, there's a lot more things in between every single step. And if you guys are interested to learn exactly how we actually do it, and you want a step-by-step strategy, like the step-by-step detailed follow-through where I show you every single step by how we do it, we actually have a course right now called Ecom Revolution, and that's when you can actually learn the whole strategy. You can book a one-to-one call with me or with my business partner and mentor, and we can actually show you how this is all done. And you can just click in the link in my bio if you click the link in the description if you want to work with me to join our mentorship program. And if you're new to my YouTube channel as well, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.